Hello, everyone. My name is Keisha Bowie, and I'm coming to you with another episode of Closet Talk by Keisha Bowie. I had a few quick announcements that I needed to make, so I'm gonna make those before I start the video. First of all, I'd like to say happy heavenly birthday to my grandmother, Betty Bowie. Beautiful, beautiful person and lady she was. I know you're dancing up there with God and the angels and everything. So, again, happy birthday, Grandma. And also, too, I have decided that, there are things that I wanted to do in a direction of my show, like really to help people. And I know how certain things feel. So, with that being said, Closet Talk by Keisha Bowie has decided to adopt a young man. And I want to do some things to help him and his mom get him prepared for college. Because you see so many of our black men and everything out there, they're dying and stuff. But here you have a kid that's trying to do something with himself. So please, let's help send him off, take the burden off his mom and everything. And so, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and, I'll post my Cash App and you could donate. Just put it under Adopt a Senior, and we're going to make sure that he gets it by July the 5th. So, I'll be making videos and reminders just so we all can remember. Another announcement that I have to make is that my son is going to be a senior next year, and Edna Carr High School is having a fundraiser on his part. He needs to raise 500. So myself and a family member have donated. So far he has 150. So if you'd be so kind to, if you want to cash at me to help with my son and everything, just put it under football player. That's the easier way. Instead of remembering Edna Carr High School, just put towards football player. So also too, I don't know if you all noticed, I said at the last show, the top of the closet is kind of cleared out and stuff, and you can't see the ground, but I have a lot of it cleared out. Soon we will be moving to a better environment, better for my health. So, I can't keep doing shows like this, feeling bad, headaches, and everything. So soon we will be moving. So once I get settled in everything, I'll pick back up like at towards the middle, towards the end of May. So just to let everyone know, but I will keep posting to my page. And I think that's pretty much it for the announcements on that part. Now I'm going to go ahead and start my show. Today's topic is going to be domestic violence abuse survivor part 4, because I already have 3 different parts. If you go back to my other videos, I've been doing videos since August of last year. So again, it is Love Doesn't Hurt. I don't know if you could see my shirt, but this shirt is from Aaron's Nesting Place. It says Love Doesn't Hurt. I'm going to include her at the end of the video. I'm going to label it and I'm going to put her information. She has a domestic violence abuse program, and it'll help, whoever needs to get out. So just letting you all know. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I'm going to start by saying I am not a doctor, lawyer, nurse, counselor, therapist, any of those things. What I do is just talk about my life experiences, and hopefully it'll help someone along the way. I pray that it does. If it's not for you, and if you know of someone that has gone through domestic violence and is a survivor, or again going through it, you might want to share this video with them to help them so they don't feel alone. Another thing I want to say too is that going through this situation, just know that you are not alone. Don't feel, stupid and stuff for staying and stuff. I went through those things. So you just have to go through the toughest part. And that's, recognize your situation and getting out. And then I want to talk about what love is. There are so many definitions of what love is out there, but my personal definition of what I can think of when I think about the word love, I think about it's being selfless, it's wanting to be there for someone during the smallest moments of their life to the greatest, hugest moments of their life. You just want to be there. You want to see them. There's a happiness, there's a joy, that feeling of love. You just want to support them, be encouraging. You just want to be there. You want your presence to be known. And anybody could say that I love you, but it's the action that comes behind it that actually shows how much you love a person. So I want to say too that, in my situation, my definition of love too is when there were days when it hurt so bad to walk. But because I love a person, I want to be there. I want to fight through that pain and everything. I'm going to do my best, to be there. You want to take care of that person. Like, you don't want them to struggle financially. You want to be there mentally, talking them up and everything, like encouraging them, just showing them that, hey, I got you, I'm your ride or die, whatever. I'm there. Now I'm going to talk about, with love, everybody is human. It's not possibly human to be there the whole time. So there will be some disappointments, because there were times I couldn't get out of bed. I was hurting so bad. So it does happen, but I'm not referring to love in that sense. Another thing that, like, love is really kind. So if you don't feel any of those things, like, there have been times where you can love a person. Get what I'm saying? You can love a person, but that doesn't mean that you want to die at the hands of the person that you love. Again, you can love a person, but that does not mean no one wants to die at the hands of somebody that they love. So if you're having feelings of fear, like I felt fear, a person making you feel like so bad about yourself, like you're crippled, all of these things like that, non being supportive and stuff. You're going and doing different things by yourself. They don't show up for the kids at events like they should. If you're feeling depressed, anxiety, there's a feeling in the pit of your stomach when you come across them. That's not love, baby, at all. And abuse happens to men and women. So if you're feeling any of those things, like, you have a baby, from running at full speed, like I'm talking about me because I'm being transparent. From running at full speed, he comes out with the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck. The hardest thing that you have to do, sitting there crying, asking a doctor to save him, asking your baby, please don't die on me, just please. That is a horrible feeling. And I never, ever on my life want to experience that again. So, some women come out with babies that are premature from the stress that people cause. There are men that are embarrassed to tell that, hey, my girlfriend, my wife hits on me. So it comes from every angle. But if you're feeling these different things, the person is not there. They're doing whatever to be more of a burden on your life and not a help. That is not love. That's a form of hurt. And like the shirt says, Aaron's nesting place, love doesn't hurt. That is, you're not experiencing love. You're experiencing traumas and pains and stuff. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is hard because it's like you go back to flashbacks that catch and stuff, but you have to seek professional help. That is not love. A person, even if they, okay, this is my greatest thing that really I never forgot. Like, I knew my marriage was over once. This was back in like 2005. Yes, it was a long time ago, but it never goes away. When somebody that claims to love you can choke you with one hand and point a gun at your head with the other hand and sit up there. Your children are in the room. One was a baby in the carrier. He was only a month old. And I forgot how old my oldest son was, but he had color changing eyes. And when I tell you they turn green, like he was born, they were blue. Then they turn green, then they turn gray. Okay, when he's sad, they turn gray. So it was a shade of gray that I never saw before, with tears in my eyes. And I know he didn't understand it because I think he was like a year and a half, close to two. But imagine feelings like that. That is not love. That is sick. And I lived and I went through it. I stayed because I wanted to be like, give my kids, a two-parent home and stuff like that. And don't stay for that purpose. I'm telling anybody that needs to hear this, that sadness, that you don't want to get up, this and that. When you love somebody, that's not love. That's a hurt that you're going through. And you need to talk to somebody. Like, if you're praying, I want to tell you something, pray harder, because God got me through. That's how I got through, and that's how I continue to get through. And no matter how much of counseling that you go through, you're going to have to go through counseling, but you need to pray harder. You need to seek some type of help. And honey, get out while you can. I don't care if you're a man going through abuse and a woman is hitting you and you are too ashamed, because that's something that you grew up. Men don't hit women and stuff like that. She's doing stuff with knives and different things like that for men too. Get out. Get out. You don't realize how much people love you, how much they depend on you and stuff like that. Get out while you can. So I'm sorry, y'all. I got caught up in a moment, but I just wanted to say, like, no matter what you're going through, love don't never hurt. And the one thing, don't say that you were stupid for staying and this and that, because I stayed for 15 years. So, I got it. But the point is, I got out, I survived. So I'm sharing everything so others out there could survive too. And it's going to get better. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you, especially if the person is abusive too. They're going to do things. You're going to have to continue to fight. But my way, how I have always made it, is through Christ Jesus and God, the Holy Spirit, the angels and stuff. That's real. Whether you don't believe or not, ask God to give you a sign to show up in your life. That's what I did for me, and can't nobody tell me that God doesn't exist. But once you make that decision to make a better life for yourself, man or woman that's being abused, you're going to start glowing and growing. You're going to notice you're going to start smiling and stuff like that. And, don't be afraid. Share your story with others, because the people don't let you know what's going on with them. They pretend like everything is all honky-dory and everything like that, but it's not. So, again, love does not hurt. Love will never hurt. And take whatever you learned in your past abusive relationship, don't drag that baggage into you with another relationship, but use it to be smart, to recognize red flags and stuff like that. Honey, I could tell you somebody that's full of shit from a mile away. So I have learned a lot. Excuse my language, I am a cusser. It is what it is. God knew what was going on when he called me to do this. So you recognize stuff and you learn. But most importantly, seek help and keep praying. Don't give up on yourself. And if you have friends, anybody that's going through this situation, whether it's a man or a woman, stick by their side. Don't give up on them, because all of this takes courage. You might get ridiculed or whatever, but I feel like this. Nobody lived in my house with me. Nobody, I don't care what type of pillow talk they could provide to anybody, or, their Jekyll and Hyde personality. Nobody lived in my house with me. Just like nobody lived in your house with you that's going on, going through all of this stuff. So keep going, keep praying, and keep growing. And God got you, because look at me. So y'all have a blessed one, and I want to thank y'all. And I will see you with another show towards the end of May, once we move to a better environment. So y'all be blessed, and thank you so, so much.